We're practically swimming in a sea of data these days. But how do you actually turn all that information into clear, powerful insights? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today, the fundamentals of great dashboard design. Let's get right into it. So, to really get a handle on digital dashboards, we've actually got to look at where the whole idea came from. And believe it or not, it starts right here with the good old automobile. I mean, we use the term dashboard all the time for our data tools, right? But have you ever really stopped to think about why? Why on earth would we borrow a term from a car? Well, it's because that original purpose is the perfect blueprint for what we need from our data today. Think about it. A car's dashboard is just brilliant at this. It doesn't overwhelm you with, complex engine schematics. Nope, it gives you that perfect high-level overview. It only shows you the most relevant info, like your speed and how much gas you've got left, and crucially, it gives you immediate warnings if something needs your attention. It's all about making quick, smart decisions right in the moment. Okay, so let's take that brilliant, simple concept and bring it into the digital world. What happens when a dashboard moves from the road to your screen? And this is a really crucial point. A dashboard is so much more than just a screen with a bunch of charts. A truly effective one, it tells a story. It's like a visual guide, one that's been carefully designed to lead a user from all that data to a clear, informed decision without getting them lost in the weeds. Right. And just like you wouldn't use a slick sports car to haul furniture, you've got to choose the right kind of dashboard for the job. Because here's the thing, not all dashboards are created equal, mainly because not all goals are the same. Just think about a typical company for a second. You've got executives who need that big picture view, right? Then you have managers trying to track team performance and analysts who need to get their hands dirty and dig deep into the data. Every single one of them needs a different lens to see the information that matters to them. So this table kind of lays out the four main types. You've got your strategic dashboards. Those are for the executives, all about long-term, high-level goals. Then there are operational dashboards. Think of these as for the front lines, monitoring day-to-day stuff in real time. Tactical dashboards help department heads track progress on specific projects. And finally, analytical dashboards. These are the power tools for data analysts, letting them explore and find those hidden insights. All right, you ready for a quick pop quiz? Let's see if you're getting the hang of this. I'm going to give you a scenario, and I want you to guess the dashboard type. You ready? Okay, here we go. Picture this, a dashboard that's tracking real-time inventory levels, order fulfillment stats, and all the logistics to keep the supply chain running. So what do you think? Strategic, tactical, analytical, or operational? And the answer is operational. If you said operational, you nailed it. The keywords there were real-time and day-to-day activities. This dashboard is all about keeping the machine running smoothly, moment by moment. That is the very definition of an operational dashboard. Great job. Okay, so we know what dashboards are, and we know the different types. The big question is, how do we actually build one that really works? Well, it all comes down to a clear, repeatable, four-step process. This is your blueprint. It's actually pretty straightforward. First, you've got to define your objectives. I mean, what problem are you trying to solve? Second, and this one is so important, you have to understand the audience. Who is this for? Third, you gather and prepare the right data. And only then, finally, do you actually get to design the dashboard itself. Now look, all of these steps are important. But if I had to pick the one step that absolutely makes or breaks a dashboard, it's step 2. Understanding your user. It's everything. There's a great line that just says it all. You can have the best data in the world and the most beautiful design, but if it's not relevant to the person who's actually using it, it's failed. It's all about meeting their needs right from the very beginning. So how do we actually do that? Well, one of the most powerful tools we have is something called a user persona. Basically, you're creating a fictional character who represents your key user. And this isn't just some fun little exercise. It forces you to think really deeply about their specific goals, their behaviors, and their pain points. Okay, let's make this really concrete. Let's meet 2 people. Executive Emma, she's the CFO, and Manager Mike, a sales manager. I mean, right away, you can see they have completely different jobs and totally different goals. There is no way they could use the same dashboard effectively. Emma, our CFO, she needs that 30,000-foot view. She's looking for high-level summaries, long-term trends, that kind of thing. And what's her biggest challenge? Time. She has almost none of it. So her dashboard has to deliver the most critical financial metrics in seconds. No fluff, just the bottom line. Manager Mike, on the other hand, needs to be down in the weeds. He needs detailed reports on his sales team, metrics for each person, and forecasting data. His challenge is completely different. He has to sift through all that detail to find the insights he can actually act on. His dashboard needs to empower that kind of deep dive. So as we start to pull all this together, what's the big takeaway here? What's the one thing you really need to remember when you're thinking about dashboard design?
Ultimately, it really comes down to this. A great dashboard is not an art project. It's a purpose-built tool. It's been carefully crafted with an intense focus on a specific user, like Emma or Mike, to help them make a very specific kind of decision. It's all about clarity, relevance, and action.
So, I'll leave you with this thought. Every single dataset in your organization has a story to tell. A story about your successes, your challenges, your opportunities. The real question is this: is your dashboard making that story clear, or is it just making noise?